to BK42.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead.
Here is me, and we talk. And I'm broadcasting from Warsaw, Poland, and there is Mike, make Brittan, straight from Spain. How are you, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? All right, it's great to be back again. I hope you guys can see the improvement we've made this week. BK and we've been working all week to try to make things a little bit better. But we're excited about today's show, right, man? We got we got pedals up on the show today live from Vegas. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, you guys. If you guys are here in Europe, you know it's evening time. It's starting to get dark right now. They're like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? And they're just pumped up, man.
This guy didn't sleep, I guess. It's so early. I couldn't make it that early, man. It's too difficult. It's very difficult to me. All right, I think without any further ado, let's bring our friends to the show.
Yo, yeah, let's do it.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing out there? It's your boy Tony Vegas, my man.
Danny's son.
Oh, from the Pedals Up podcast. What's going on, you guys? You guys good out there?
Yo, yeah, man. We're excited to see. Look at that day behind you. What is the temperature there? Make it
temperature right now. It is shorts and t-shirt temperature.
Yes.
It's hella nice. No wind or anything. Right now it's beautiful. We got bikes coming in. We got cars coming in. Right now it's still early. The day is gonna be a long day. So we're excited. We're excited.
It's 64 degrees out in Vegas
64
right
degrees.
now. And for those of you just watching right now, if you can see our background, this is live. We're live right now. We're actually doing a bike show and a car show together. So that's where we're right now. We're live on location. And again, man, we're tuning in here. I was just telling them I went from watching BK42's YouTube channel and now being on it, man. This is real cool. And now,
right?
Yeah, you teamed up with Mike, and this is incredible, man. You guys are doing really good. We're really happy for you guys and seeing the progress every week. You guys are really doing your thing, man. So we're happy to be on your show, man.
Yes, very happy to be on this show. And that intro was amazing.
Yeah, that intro.
I never saw the intro
right now,
of it. I was like,
that's good.
Oh, I was get on like late, but when I saw the intro, I was like, whoa, that intro is dope. But good job, guys. Good job.
You're there, man.
So what we got going on here? We got so much. We've been out. We went out last night. We haven't been able to sleep properly. We went out last night with the others. They had a private memorial ride, and we got privately invited to go to that ride. And we had about 60 riders from the others that were riding.
It's a real tight-knit club, and that's why it's an honor for us to be able to be a part of something like that. You know what I'm saying? Before even the podcast came about, when me and Tony, because me and Tony are part of a bike club. We are exclusive bicycle club out of Las Vegas. Now, but we have been repping, now that we, with everything being COVID-y and everything with all the lockdown, we had this opportunity and we have a great team, and we just kind of came together and we're like, hey, we love bikes. You guys like bikes. Let's talk about bikes. So this was the perfect opportunity to do that stuff. And like we've been telling everybody, this is the more bike talk, the better. You know what I'm saying? So that's why with you guys doing your thing, it's very cool to see that, because there's a lot of builders that myself and a lot of people out here in the U.S. aren't too familiar with. Maybe we've seen the pictures online. You Google custom bike and the bike pops up and you don't really know who owns the bike.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of putting a name and a face to the bike. So that's why it's really cool to see you guys highlighting the people, that maybe a lot of us aren't too familiar with. And there's a lot of incredible bike builders around the world, man. Like a lot, very talented from all over. Maybe cool to see maybe a bike build competition from,
a world competition. Ooh,
yeah, that would be nice where we could get.
Dude.
There is a lot of talent, man, in South America, London, even Poland too, man. Adam out there has been, broke the world record for the tallest bike.
Yeah.
The tallest bike, man. That's incredible. Like tall. When you think about tall, you don't really think about how high a tall bike is until you see a tall bike. You know what I mean? And the other thing too that I like that you guys highlight is a lot of wheels, like stuff that is outside of the box that gets more into the artistic side. Because when you think custom, or a lot of people maybe might think that, like stuff you see in a magazine, but sometimes just the ingenuity behind a lot of the engineering that goes behind a lot of these bicycles is incredible, from the steering to the way the seat is done on the bike, where there's just little things that maybe people look past, but then when you actually sit there and look at the details, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is incredible. This is stuff like even I'm sure astronauts would be like, hey, that's kind of cool how you designed that with that, because a lot of times people just think bicycles and like, oh, bicycles, but no, it's like, no, it's a lot of ingenuity, a lot of thought, a lot of failing, a lot of trying, because it's one thing to say I can do that, and then you actually try, and then you're like, oh, it's not as easy as I thought. You know what I'm saying? And then some of you guys that I see take a drawing, something that you came up with in your head, and you make it come alive in your garage, in your lab. Because a lot of times, man, you don't have to have the fanciest equipment to make the coolest thing, man. Some of these bikes that I see you guys doing it from your garage, you know what I mean, from your garage, and that's incredible. That's why I'm like, I enjoy watching this, and that's why myself, Tony, Mike, and we got BK, like, we enjoy talking about all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, because it's bike talk.
Bike talk. So now we got a platform. So
exactly.
Oh yeah. Man, dude, I'm feeling you guys. You guys absolutely. That's right. Whatever area, we got quite a few areas that we in this custom bike life that we're talking about. Like you, I've definitely felt you guys when you guys started up. I mean, you absolutely just threw some light on this whole scene again. I mean, especially in this kind of a little bit dark period, and like you guys really, I bet you really have saved a lot of guys' hope on the custom bike. You kind of kept it all going together the last 6 to 7 months. Really, you guys were a little bit of a glue to hold this all together, man. I've been following you guys, man.
it's been a crazy journey, because there's no blueprint for what we are doing. We're just flying at the seat of our pants. So it's like every time that we do a show, like, we don't practice this. The only practice we get is every Thursday night at 8:00, Pedals Up podcast. That's it. That's the only practice. It's live. So it's like
just like us.
We don't practice this. It's just whatever comes. That's how it comes out, and we're happy that we actually have like a platform for this. I mean, and then we get to talk to people from outside, from all over the place. We got our boy Remco from Brittan chapter out in Poland over there, dude. My man, he's out there and he talks to us.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
And if you don't know, Tony is actually one of the Wall brothers. If you don't know about the Wall brothers, is like he chose just a group of people that stand out to him for whatever reason. It's just, you know what I mean?
That was a big honor.
Yeah, so he's part of it. Who else is part of the Wall brothers?
We got like Jimmy Peak. We got Jeff Stevens. We got Jesse Ocampo. Who?
Bobby.
Yeah, we got Bobby, T-Flow, Syndicate, Frankie Syndicate. It's on there. Who else is on there? There's Flash. Flash is my brother, because we like in the same picture together. So it's like one day I will go visit that wall. And so it was an honor. It was a trip, when I got the phone call from Remco and they told me, hey man, we're gonna paint a mural of you out here in my spot, and it was a good honor. It was an amazing honor. So thank you, Remco, Brittan chapter out there, Davey out there too, so it's shout out to you guys. But it's been a real cool journey, and now having a platform that people can come and contact us and talk to us about things, and they want to share something. Yeah, we're just a phone call away. Just we're not big-headed or anything like that. We don't try to avoid anybody or anything like that. Just it comes in, and we just try to get out the message, as much as we possibly can. And
that's the thing, man. Like, I mean, if you're someone who just rides a bike, that's perfect. That's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about being in a bike club and doing all that stuff. That stuff is extra. It comes with time. Like, you'll see if you fit in, because there are a bunch of group of people. If you've been thinking about like, hey, maybe I want to join the bike club, like, really, man, the first step is just really go out there and hang around. You know what I mean? See if this is something that you want to do. And another thing too is with the bicycle, ride something that is comfortable to you. Don't worry about looks. Don't worry about none of that stuff. Just comfort. Because myself, like I came in this bike game, like I do like quick flips. I buy bikes used, and then I'm like a car salesman. I'm out there every day hustling, just trying to find bikes. I find them cheap, and then I'll do my thing to them. My Danny cheap is what I call it, and then just resell them.
Cheapsify 'em.
Yeah, but that's my thing though. That's what's been working for me. That's what keeps me in the game. That's what got me involved in meeting a lot of people. Tony and myself were part of different clubs. You know, we met through just coming out and riding, and you know things happen, and you start to see again where you fit in this bike thing. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not about being in a bike club. So I know you guys might see, you know, people, you know, rocking their clubs and all that stuff. And again, man, like a lot of these clubs, when they put out rides and they put this stuff on the internet, I mean, really just come out and ride, man. Just really a lot of these people are really cool. I know some look tough, but they're not, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, some are. But the thing is, though, it's all love, man. It's bicycles. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's really just come out and have fun on two wheels. Now, if you're a creative person, it gets the wheels turning where you're like, whoa.
Oh yeah,
because you get to see again. Yeah, that artistic.
Mike's one of.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, man. Like since I've been watching you guys, I really realized like Mike is very knowledgeable. He knows a lot of people that have been in the game. But not only that, I'm sure you've gone through your trials and tribulations about, you know, because you're one of those guys that when I first started coming around, like you're like, whoa, man, you're outside the box kind of guy. Like custom to you is it's you take custom to a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's when I started to see there's a lot of other you guys that are that way, which are more artistic. And then when you started talking about the bicycle museum and all that, I was like, wow, I never looked at it that way. But I'm like, you can't really put price to some of these bikes. It's just like, you know what, this was created, it was put out in the universe, and it's one of those things where it's like, hey man, like because a lot of people might think like I'm the first one to do this, or and a lot of times it's like, hey, there was somebody who put that, but just before the internet or before this. So again, it's cool to see some of this history and have guys who are knowledgeable, like again, like Mike, who knows and have seen a lot of this stuff, man. So that's pretty cool.
Oh man, hey dude, you got to tell us something about what's going on in that show behind you. I know there's not many things going on, but isn't there something like a dyno thing?
So No Limits Motorsports has an Insane Power. They have a dyno here out, and they're gonna have like a bunch of cars out here to put on the dyno and then do the dyno pull and all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be. It's my first time seeing it. I'm like super pumped to see it. It's gonna be loud for what I hear, and they're gonna have like, you know, celebrity people out here in the car industry. I believe like the Street Outlaws, Memphis Street Outlaws are gonna be out here. So there's gonna be a lot of things going on in here. It's our first show. We were asked to do it. We're so pumped to do it. We got like a really, really good venue. And it's we're like super excited, you know. So this is our first time out. We're doing, like we said, we don't have any blueprint to do any of this stuff. We just like go by for what we see, and we're making it up. You know, we're doing things. Yeah. we always throw that pun in the.
I mean, I was a hot rodder before I got into bikes, and I mean, I like the hot rodding bits. I was into like old street rods. I have a 1927 Ford sitting at my mother's house for the last 30 years. And it's sitting, yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell you.
I always have that one day I'll fix it.
But you know what? There's a lot of guys who came from the car world into the bike world.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's cool to see that, because I'm like, and again, this dialogue is why it's important, where you see where a lot of where the wheels, you know what I mean, came turning or whatever, because some of this stuff, when you look at it, you're like, wow, that's very creative. Like, where did you get that from? And then you get the background of the person, and you're like, oh, okay, like they're not new to this.
And the cool thing out here today is like we have so many car guys here that have never seen our type of bikes. Like the owner of No Limit Motorsports, the one that the podcast that goes on, or like brother podcast, he's never seen these bikes. He told me today, he's like, because he saw my bike's out here. He saw my bike and he's like, I thought when you guys did bike shows, like 10 speeds. And he's like, my mind is blown right now. He's like, I had no idea. So a lot of car guys get to see this stuff, and I know they're gonna be like, I can make that. And then it just starts off. It's the introduction to something that they don't even know that they need it, or they want it, or they want to be part of it. And it's a lot cheaper than a car. It's a lot cheaper than a motorcycle. And you can be as creative as you want to be, and it's your own style. That I like, me personally, I like shiny stuff. I always like the shiny stuff. Danny's like, I like it rough. I like it cheap. I like it cool looking. He likes his stuff rugged. But wait till his bike comes out. He's got, Danny's got something coming out in the works, and I'm so excited for it. But
I tell Tony all the time, I'm like, you can only debut one
time.
So that's why I'm like, you know what? I have to do it right. I was gonna debut this week for the show, but since me and Tony are kind of on a different, again, it's our first, and this isn't really a job, but we are working. So it's a different. I didn't want to go that route. I was like, you know what? In time, I'll debut it at a right time. Again, because it's my first actual show bike. And like I said before, I was doing the show bike. I was doing more the buying the bikes, and a lot of the stuff that I learned was out of necessity, because when you start to sell bikes, it's like you make your money and usually in how much I spend. So if I buy a bike for this much and parts and all that, it all adds up, right? So I would buy bikes with seats, and I'm like, you know what? I got to refurbish my own seats. So I learned how to refurbish seats, so it saves me money. But not only that, it gave me a skill where I'm like, you know what? I can use this. I can sell seats if I wanted to, and not just a bike. But I like to give bikes, like even if it's a Nerve or an Electra, just to give it my own touch, where I'm like, that's already a cool bike. Like you can't really, how do they say, you're not going to invent nothing new under the sun. Everything that's been invented is pretty much out there. You're just adding your own touch to it pretty much. So sometimes I like to go that route. Sometimes I might come across the custom bikes, and you know what I'm saying? But it's just a different trip for everybody. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you have to enjoy it for yourself. Don't compare yourself to nobody. It's like, enjoy this trip for what it is, because this bike life really does choose you, man. Because that's how I started, man, was just selling bikes in my garage. And look at me now. I'm here sitting next to Tony. I'm here, on this podcast now. We're broadcasting live. And shout out to everybody that's that's watching. Yeah, on the comments. We're seeing all that stuff.
Seeing
you know what I mean?
We're talking. We're trying to get it and everything. But it's really, we're really humbled by all of this. I mean, because we see each other all the time as just two regular guys, but when we have people coming up to us and we watch the show, we like what you guys are doing. You keep up the good work. I mean, it fuels the train, and we're going on 43 episodes, and that's almost a year. It didn't set into me until last week when somebody mentioned it. It's like, damn, you guys are almost a year. You're like about 10 episodes away from being a year. And I'm like, wow, like I didn't even, it didn't even think, but I've been keeping the whole COVID thing under that's my measurement. That's my calendar is how long we've been doing the podcast, is how long the whole COVID thing is going on. And, we have the platform to talk about this,
That's why it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people too, because wherever you're at around the world, COVID hit everybody different.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of times too is before this, we'd go on rides and see each other, and you know what I mean? That's it. We just see each other. But now it's we're actually getting to, again, put name and faces behind a lot of these bicycles. So that's why we really do appreciate a lot of this bike talk. And again, man, the more the better. And we're learning a lot. It's a learning process.
It is a learning process. Yeah, it is a learning process.
It really is. And we thank a lot of you guys who tune in every week, who subscribe, who do all that stuff, because really you guys are our motivation, because this isn't something that we do for money, man. It's just it shows us. And again, we've had this platform that we're able to talk about this and highlight a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
And a lot of times too, we don't mean to leave a lot of people out, but it's reach out to us. Reach out to Mike, reach out to BK, reach out to when they ask, hey, submit a picture, because a lot of times we don't know everybody. We can't see all the bikes.
We don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So we know there's a lot of cool stuff out there. So just, you know what I mean? You guys got to document your own stuff too, and put yourself out there. You know, maybe you're not all into Facebook or YouTube, but it's maybe you should be now. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a different time, a different era where we have gone viral.
Yes.
And yes, it is different. Myself, I am a caveman with this. I don't do this kind of stuff. And look at me. I put myself out there, and it's been the best thing possible that I could have done. And I know for yourself, Mike, you were talking about that you started off with the blogs, a lot of that stuff where you were, you know what I mean, where you had to actually sit there and read. You know what I mean? Where you had the guys who were actually, you know, like on there. And now it's like you with a push of a button, you can press play, and all that information is there. So I'm sure you've seen this evolve too, where now it's a beautiful thing that we have this platform, right? Yeah.
I'm completely with you, and I want to make a point. You've made a lot of good points. You know what you're doing is giving everybody, you know, and at least in our scene, and hopefully we're doing it as well, like some place to hang out once a week. You know,
that shop. This is that stuff that you watch while you're working on your bike in your garage. When you're working, there's like what more better way than it's like, okay, there's music out there. We've listened to the same music all the time, all our lives. There's only so many oldies we can listen to that, you know, they bring us back to certain moments, but we keep revisiting those moments and stuff. And then, you know, you work on cars, you work on bikes. Like we're in the bike scene, so put on the podcast, listen to the podcast, both of our podcasts, any bike podcast, just listen to something, watch something visually. Jimmy Peak has an amazing YouTube show, and it's so
respect.
Yeah, Jimmy Peak is just he's got so much. Like we've learned things. Danny's on there all the time, watching it all the time also, but we learn things. You know, it's when we have to ask something, we just call our friend Googlito, and that Googlito talks to YouTube, and then YouTube say, okay, I got my friend that can tell you all this information, you know. And you know, we go on BK42, we go on Pedals Up podcast, we go on Jimmy Peak, you know, and here's the information, guys. So it's like it's right there, and you know, using these platforms, it's good, and I don't want drama. This is good. This is fueling us. You know, my goal is 102 years old, and I'm 46. I got a whole bunch of years left, and I'm feeling good, on the right track. That's just where I am. You know, I can go on and on, but you know,
yeah.
You know what?
I want to say something. What do you guys think about custom bikes going mainstream? Like, we haven't. I've been in this game 20 years, right? And it's really never been mainstream. And there's an argument for both sides, you know?
I think it should. I think, man, anybody does anything, man. It's for you to show out what you made, and you know, and if you can, obviously we all do things that we love, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, if it comes to you know, to sell it, or you know, if the money comes in for it and it's at the right price, then you know, it's your choice to pull the trigger and sell or not sell. You know, and that's just how art is. That's just how the art world. You know, when you go to get a Picasso, it's a Picasso, and you put a price on it. If somebody buys it, then somebody buys it. So we build Picassos. We all do something in the bike game that we build artwork. So if somebody wants to, you know, build it. And if you want to sell it. And if you want to just hold off on it. It's whatever you choose to do with it, man. But in the respect of your question, I feel like, you know, there's a market for it, and I feel like that people, you know, should consider it. And you know, it's not selling out. It's keeping the revolve. It's selling a bike, making a bike, and you transfer it over to somebody else. It's keeping the bike world and the bike history and every bike life just keep revolving. Because at the end of the day, my bike's not going to go home with me. It can go to somebody else, and then that has already a pedigree. My bike's been here, there. It's got awards or whatever, and it goes on to, like, my son. If something happened, it goes on to somebody else. It just revolves. So, you know, it's an ongoing process that, you know, the history of all of our bikes that we make, 50 years from now, they're going to be knowing who built that bike, who had that bike at that time. You know, like you can say 20, you've been in the game for 20 years. You can say, oh, 20 years ago, I remember so-and-so had this bike's 20 years old. I want to have that. I want to have that title. This bike's 20 years old. You know what I mean? I want to feel that love. That's like that bike is, you know, X amount of years. So yeah, I feel like it would be good. It would be good to you know, to have custom bikes in mainstream.
And who better to put out a mainstream bike than actually someone who's been doing it again? Because a lot of you guys have been going through those trials and tribulations where you fail and you find out what works and what doesn't work. So sometimes too, going mainstream is not a bad thing, especially now with everything again being that it's gone COVID-y. So now you can start your own business, and you have to think again outside the box. Where you can, GT had to start from somewhere, Huffy had to start from somewhere, Murray had to start from somewhere.
They all had to start from
You know
somewhere.
what I'm saying? So you never know. You could be the next whatever. But the only thing sometimes that keeping you from being that is yourself, because you're, what is people gonna think? What is this? And sometimes it's giving hope to the younger people, because a lot of times, if I would have had someone to guide me or maybe show me the way when I was younger, maybe I could have made a little bit more or something, you know. And I got started in the game late. I don't, you know, I'm glad I took the path that I took, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, man, like, that's why, again, this dialogue is good, because sometimes there are those people that have been considering or thinking about or have that talent that is like, maybe, again, everything you've been doing before has just been preparing you for this bike life stuff. Because, again, man, I didn't start off doing bikes. I started off doing all kinds of other things.
Oh, yeah.
But all that led me to this. Whereas, like, now I can use my experience and my knowledge to pass it on to others, to be like, hey, man, you can be involved in bikes, and you don't have to be a fabricator. You don't have to be there's other avenues, because this bike life thing is 365, man, because it's not just custom. I mean, you got the people who race, you got the people who do mountain bikes, you got the people
Road
who
bikes.
do BMX, the
All
road
kinds
bikes,
of bikes.
everything, the tandems, the freak bikes, and all that stuff. So it's a big like avenue. And again, man, it's worldwide. It's just trying stuff and finding your place in it. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You got poetry. You guys are like, you sure you can make this all out?
Yeah,
or what?
it's the feeling right now, guys. The feeling is just
It's
a
just
great
this is
feeling,
what we
man.
like, man. We like talking about bikes. So when you like it, you're passionate about it. So again, it's like we're working, but again, this isn't a job, man, because this is something different. But again, man, like, if you put in that work, it'll come back to you. You put it out in the universe, and somehow the universe will come back to you. But the thing is, you have to take that first step. You have to
Yes.
be the one. Like, don't tell yourself, no, I'm not gonna. Don't be your own worst enemy, man, is what I'm saying. Be like that. And another thing too, man, I want to give props to a lot of you from different other countries that speak more than one language, man, because there's people only out here that only speak one. And some of you guys are speaking 3-4 languages. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
English
props.
is still not very good looking. My English is still not
No,
very
man,
good looking.
that's a real thing, man. There's a lot of you from, like, right now. Look, Francisco Flores from Mexico.
From Mexico.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
He always Francisco
I'm a
Flores,
BK. I'm a
you know,
BK.
BK and BK.
I know.
Yeah.
He surprised me with his Spanish. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, bro.
Gracias, hombre.
Ya ves,
Yeah, see?
chico.
See, so it's like, you know, and if you guys from like other countries to start doing things like that, then, you know, and it's like you just work from podcast to podcast. Like we'll all help out as much as we can. You know, it's not like you know, I know it's a podcast and I cuss. It's not a dick size contest. It's just fucking do this shit. Fuck. You know, but you know, it is. You just gotta just do it. You know, because procrastination is your own worst enemy, and you don't know until you do it. You know, me and Danny. I'm always the live one, and this and that, and this and that. Danny and like Danny's is the VP of our club, and he's always just like chills, just like he's the watcher. He's the watcher, but
You got to be a sniper. Hit when it
that's
counts.
my sniper. That's my sniper. I'm not detracting. I'm Flavor Flav. He's Chuck D. That's just what it is. I'm Flavor Flav. He's Chuck D. You know, and it works out, man. You know, and having a good team is a plus. You know, is a plus. I mean, the team that we have gotten. You know, it's like. We actually kind of sit back and we try to realize how we came up with all this stuff. And, you know, we got the opportunity, Paulie and PJ asked us to do this. And we're like, yeah, dude, let's do it. And that was episode 1. We started off with the table. Now we got a whole full studio thing that they set up. So, I mean, we got like Paulie and PJ, they're like the
We're
brains.
outside.
And we're outside. And they got
Oh, yeah.
We got like Adam Amato. He does all of our media. He does all the Instagram and the Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And he answers questions. And like he's really good at the marketing stuff. Danny does all our videos that you see on our podcast. He does all of our videos, and I do all the flyers and all the graphics for the show. So it's like key people are doing key things, and that's really hard to find. And you're doing it, and then now it's becoming more. You got to feed the train.
And then you got you guys doing you guys. So that's what I'm saying. Everyone finds their way of how they can fit in and make it work for them. That's why you guys watching, you maybe been thinking about, hey, I can do that. You can. You can.
You can. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take that first step.
We need more. We need every day of the week. All right.
That's what I'm saying. Every day of the week. Everybody be watching something. You know what I mean? Everybody
something, right? I mean, we should talk. I mean, it could be like a channel. I mean, a podcast just on wheels. I tell you that.
Like, why pay for cable when you can have all their entertainment for you guys right here on Facebook and YouTube?
One more.
Oh yeah, I mean we gotta fill it up, man. I think it'd be we're gonna rock the future, right, guys?
It's you just gotta just ride the train as much as you possibly can. Like, you know, we're thinking about it's like wow, almost 1 year that we're like 7-8 weeks away from completing 1 year. It blows my mind knowing that. That's like a lot of people don't even have a job for that long, and we've been doing it. With all our hearts doing it. We don't get paid for this at all. You know, when we ask for sponsors and stuff, it's to support the show and to keep the show going. We constantly trying to think of new things to involve in the show, add new things. We try new things. If it didn't work on that show, then we exit and then we try something else. You just got to try. We have no idea. And for what we're doing, it's been working. But we can always get better and better. I mean, visually, I'm a visual person. Like today, like I compliment BK42 and your guys' show. Like I'm blown away at the intro to the show. It's really cool how I see all the graphics and everything interact and all this kind of stuff. So it's like everyone's got their own skill and talent to do certain things. And we've also, before you guys had the podcast, I think it was like about 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the podcast, we used one of your guys' videos on our podcast. We messaged you guys, and then all of a sudden we find out you guys, and we're like, fuck yeah. Yeah, we cuss over here. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's one big team, and that's how we're gonna be able to make this happen. Is everybody has to come together, because you guys got to understand this is a push-pull system. They do good, we do good. We do good, they do good. That's the only way this is gonna work. Like there is no. This is all team. It's an all-star team. At the end of the day, we all gotta come together like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? No, that's what it is, man. We just gotta really be, because you guys gotta think, man. Like the bottom is crowded, the top is empty, man. So there's plenty of room for everybody. You know.
Damn, that's nuts right there. Damn, fucking God.
This isn't a one of the. It's not one of those things that we need to be selfish about. It's like, no, man. We all need to use our talent to get it out there. So that's why, again, man, I appreciate what you guys do, being able to put, because again, man, we're Pedals Up podcast. Like even after this, we're gonna go live again on to do I guess our show again, because again, we're gonna be going live on location, and this is something new to us that we've never done. This week 3. We went on Thursday, because that's usually when we go on Thursday. I guess it's 8 p.m. Pacific Standard, which is West Coast time, but for us it's I guess because we're out of Las Vegas. But again, it's on YouTube and Facebook, so you can always go back, and again, it's Pedals Up Podcast. Same thing with this channel. You missed it, you didn't watch it, you can go back again and watch it on YouTube and on Facebook. But you guys gotta subscribe and like and all that stuff, so you can get the notifications on your phone, so you know when it happens and you don't miss out on stuff, because you never know when some of this bike stuff is going to come to your city, your town, and you're going to be like, why didn't nobody tell me? Because you weren't plugged in. So you have to be plugged in. That's why, again, you got to plug into the YouTube, to the Instagram, to the Facebook, to everything, man. Just follow. And it's not being all groupie. It's not all, no, man. Like we, all of us, you know what I mean, that do this, we really appreciate this stuff, because again, this is how we're able to promote and talk about you guys, because This show is really about you guys. It's not about us becoming famous. No, man, it's about you guys. And that's the thing. We've been given a platform where we're able to, you know what I mean, to be able to
Wise
platform
words,
this stuff.
son.
No,
Wise words.
I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? It comes from up, down, within, and whatever, man, however you want to call it.
man.
Being at the right place at the right time with the right attitude. And you got to think this, man. A lot of times it's like, if not this, then what? If not you,
What's up,
then
Miami?
who? And
Yep.
if not now, then when? You got to live by those words, man. Like one life, one
Yep.
life. There is no blueprint to this, man. Like do whatever. Go with your gut feeling on a lot of this stuff. It's this. Don't base your success on money. Like really, I myself like investing in people, in building relationships and all that, because you never know, man. This universe will come back to you somehow, some way. It'll pay you. It'll pay you in a way that's bigger than money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, man, just put yourself out there, because you never know what life has for you. But if you never put yourself out there, you're never gonna know, man.
You never
So
know.
be that yes man. Say yes to life. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we promote, is just being positive, man. You know what I mean? One
Yeah.
love, one world.
Awesome, man.
Dude, oh my! I feel like today's Sunday. He just preached. Today's Sunday. He just preached. So it's cool, man.
Amen. Amen.
It's cool. This thing is just it's so much bigger that we can take this, man.
And we need help, guys. Out there watching it. This is not. It's coming. It's gonna make. We're already bringing light to this. This is already a way that we're bringing at least our movement together on a regular basis, and everybody wants to see new things, and it's gonna get people excited about building again and want to get shown. Hey, I want to be bike of the week, or I want to be featured on this show. I mean, so yeah, let's like throw it off. Let's make something of it. Let people come in and say, yeah, I want to be on that show, and I want Mike to talk about my bike, and BK talk about and Danny's son and Tony Vegas. I like to hear that. So yeah, build something good and come on the show. Yeah.
I mean, now we got the platform. We got the platform, guys. You guys build your bikes. You guys do your things. Submit your bikes. Show them off. Make sure if you're putting that time into that bike, you got to. It's like Playboy. All right, y'all. Everybody's watched Playboy. All right, the girls are just the girls. They make the girls up, but it's the way to make the girls look good. The makeup, and then they fix your bike up, okay? And then they take the picture. It's the poses. It's the way they take the pictures. We all like those special Playboy pictures. We all know that. But like I said, you gotta take pride in your bike. Take pride in how you take the pics, because that's all you gotta do. That's all you got. Now you have platforms that you guys can get featured on and show to the rest of the world. We can put a bike here on Pedals Up podcast, and it could be shown out in Europe. You could put a bike out in Europe and could be shown out in the States. So it's like you just gotta use what you got. I mean, and for all you guys that are watching, make sure to subscribe to these shows. Subscribe, share them. If you guys share them on your social media, the shows get bigger and big. More knowledge, more guests, better guests, more material. It's just all that grows. So it's like you guys are like our marketing team. You guys like the show, like it, subscribe. You guys don't like the show, don't like it, don't subscribe. It's very simple. It's not you like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. But it's just help each other out. So this is how we help each other out. We do the show. We do the show for you guys to shine, and it is what it is. So it's really I enjoy this. We enjoy this so much. I sometimes go all over the place because I try to get everything that's on my head, because I just go 200.
Go right ahead.
I could be here all day, guy. I could be here all day. But it's just an honor to see. I mean, like Mike Brittan, like the bike that's right to your left-hand shoulder. That was my choice of bike of the week, 2 weeks ago. That one, the bottom one, that bottom one, that red one. That was my bike of the week. It was last week.
That's the art. Yeah, from Germany.
So it's like we find the bikes and we just show them. We show them out. I mean, it's just fun, guys.
That's one thing with pictures too, man. Like when you're taking pictures, like I know there's a lot of cool backgrounds, but when you choose a background that's the same color as your bike, it doesn't highlight it that much. So if you have a dark bike, choose a light background. If you have you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. That way your bike can stand out more and it highlights it more. And it's not you know what I mean? It's just like, imagine how a magazine would take a picture of your bike. That's kind of how you have to take it when you're showcasing your own bike, because again, you're promoting your own stuff. Be full of yourself. Like, that's okay. If you're gonna believe in someone, believe in yourself. So that's why I'm saying it's okay to take those pictures where it's like you're trying to make yourself look cool or whatever, because that's what we need.
That's
like,
you.
and tag us, tag everyone. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way. And participate when they say, hey, post your pictures or in the comments. Don't be too cool. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want to participate, then it's like you might get left out, and then you're gonna be like, well, why didn't I get picked?
Tell me?
And it's like, well, why didn't you participate?
Oh, it's been all over. It's been freaking 50 weeks that we've been doing this.
Because there's so many.
Change.
Yeah, there's so many people, so many bikes, so much stuff for us to see in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, but we do appreciate everybody that's watching now, that's on the comments, that's you know what I mean? I'm saying it. And if you're new to us, we're Pedals Up Podcast. We're on everything, YouTube, Facebook,
Spotify,
all
Apple,
that stuff.
Yeah, we're on everything now. It's been good. And we with BK42 and Mike, we've been bouncing ideas back and forth to help each other out, because at the end of the day, they're just bikes, and then we have a platform to talk about them. And if we have multiple platforms, and it's also cool. But it's we just got to just keep on going, guys. It's fun. I mean, right here today, like I said, we got car guys that are looking at bikes and stuff. We got Corvettes. We got a bomber over there. We got a Ford pickup truck out there. We got the lowrider bikes, lowrider cars coming out. So it's still early.
Oh, yeah.
And also the thing also today, this weekend, NASCAR is going on at the same time. So it's like a lot of stuff just going on this weekend in Vegas. Vegas is open, guys. It's like last night when we rode with the others, there was so many people out yesterday. It's like Vegas is just started all over again. And
are they still masking? They're still masking, but they're letting more people in certain places more. It's getting more open. So Vegas is going good. We ride here in Vegas all the time. Every weekend we ride out here. Every week we have the Wednesday night ride. They get about 150 to 200 people. We got morning rides with Ralphie's Bike Shop. We got our artistic cruisers that just finished having an amazing ride this last weekend. 450 bikes on the strip we had. Yeah. It's just been OBC.
Yeah, OBC is going to be. I feel like OBC is going to be lit on September. It starts September 8th through the 13th. September 9th is my birthday, so it's going to be a freaking what, boy! I can't even control myself. How excited! It's on my weekend. So it's going to be in September 8th through the 13th. OBC is going to be out here, so it's going to be insane out here. We're excited.
Oh yeah, and we're going to pump it up, right? Both of us are going to try to get. I'm going to try to get guys from Europe to go to the OBC this September. And you guys, we're all going to try to make because the OBC's got to be our real place. We all meet, all over the world right now.
OBC is like the Super Bowl. OBC is like the Super Bowl. Shiny Side Up. We miss Shiny Side Up. That's like another great show in Northern Cal. Then you got Jimmy Peak's the SoCal show and with Jimmy Peak. He's got a fantastic show that comes on always too. I mean, it's just there's a lot of stuff that we miss that is going to be coming back, and when it comes back, it's going to come back so strong because everybody's been waiting for all this stuff. And
tell me about it.
And all the information that we're feeding out, we're putting out rides. We're talking about rides. All your guys from all over the world or out of state, wherever you guys, just send us the rides. Send us your information. Just make sure if you're gonna do a good show, you gotta look like $1 million, man. If you want $1 million results, you gotta do $1 million things. So take the time, make a nice flyer, or put some time into what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a representation of yourself. Don't half-ass yourself. We always come up with the puns. We're doing exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the engine?
Yeah.
The Corvettes. It's good, man.
That's Mopar. That's Mopar.
Yeah,
that's a Dodge right there. Just if you guys were wondering.
It's sounding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Oh,
more
yeah.
cars pulling up right now. There's that blue one right there, right
You see,
behind
that's
that.
the one you just heard. That's the
Yeah.
blue one you
Okay.
just heard right now.
Yeah.
So they're
I'm just starting to get into it. I think BK's gonna call it right now. I think we got a couple of features to go on, but this is awesome, you guys. I'm so
Thank you,
excited you guys came, man.
We
Oh,
appreciate it. I'm sorry we talked so much and
No, that's awesome.
no, we love it. We
you
love
know
it.
you guys
Love
got
it.
to see a little bit about what's going on out here, and it's just great.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys keep doing your work. You guys support BK42 and Mike on their show. Yeah, support them. Subscribe. You guys see it, share it, subscribe on your social media because it's a good thing. And then as for us, subscribe to Pedals Up Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast. All those social media platforms, because keep sharing it, guys, because it just keeps on revolving and keeps on revolving. You want something big for the bike community? We're asking you guys to help us grow, and then we'll grow, and then we'll all grow together, because we got your guys' back.
That's right. We do, you guys. Yeah, we do. We got everybody's back here. We only trying to do is try to give a little bit of light to everybody now and get this thing going. So really, everybody out there watching. And man, get your bikes ready, man. We're ready to put some light on it, huh?
Sign them up. Thank you guys very much. And like I said, support these guys. Support the Pedals Up Podcast. We have a podcast coming up in about 20 minutes or so.
After this show. Yep.
So
I'll be there.
Me too.
if you ain't
All
got,
right, guy.
yeah, if you ain't got a bike, get a bike. Stop being lazy in your goddamn life. And we out, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Good.
Hey. Bye.
That was dope. That was dope.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm
That was-
pumped up about
That was
that.
dope. Yeah.
Live in
And
Vegas, Poland over there. I'm sorry, over there.
All over the world.
Yeah, and Vegas there, man. And we were talking about bikes. What love from across the pond, man, right?
Yeah, man. Wow. That was awesome. These guys are amazing. It was really nice to have them here. Finally, we have been waiting for that moment for quite so long time. Yeah.
I know.
Awesome.
I mean, we had to get to our last two features. Thank God we only chose two features, but we need to put some attention to these because they're not just two features. Actually, I think as you already put your first photo up, this is
warming up.
yeah, you're warming this room up, all right? And you could already see the kind of cool custom design. And if you've not been familiar with the sort of Polish custom design scene or the Polish custom scene, I mean, for me, the Polish scene has kind of developed as the kind of originators or the people that started off the sort of new age custom high-tech scene. All right, and I mean using computers, using CGI, using CNC machines, and real design skills. Going, guys coming out of design school with real kind of design skills and putting things together, and then getting into the custom bike field. And I think this Adrian right here, you're gonna have to pronounce his last name for me, BK.
Yeah, I will try. I hope I'm going to say it well. It's Adrian Lucejko. If he's in the room, please correct us if it's wrong.
Adrian Lucejko.
Adrian. Yeah. He's coming from a design school, if I'm not wrong, because he got other kind of design projects, and he's very good on it.
That's right. And I was lucky to have a little chat with him, just a little bit through Messenger, and he gave me a little bit of information because I had seen his name for quite a long time. I didn't know a lot about his history, but I've seen his work, and this was a great way to make that connection together. I recognized this name for a while, and I wondered, and I noticed that he'd been to the last FBI, which was in 2011, right? And he's been in the scene for at least 10 years. I think he told me he's been in since 2009, and he's very good friends with the next feature builder, which is Kamilos. But he was there. The design and their are quite a Polish style, but they're both unique in their own style. and they're both. If you could see, look at the frames, man. And I mean, just let that sit on your,
The
work.
lines.
I like that around my work. Look at it, man. That's beautiful, man. The
Yeah.
line. Look at bent forks, right? It's already out here, you guys.
These
America.
guys are,
Bent
they're
forks
making
already.
school.
Yeah. Square tube.
Look
You know,
at it.
cut out. Yeah, of course. I mean, the laser cut designs are gonna have to be. That's what I mean by the new school. And then, I mean, I've seen some of his like design photos, and he's into like furniture
Exactly,
design.
yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The things he's doing, and his photography too is really cool. I'm sure you found a few nice pics in there. His custom
Yes.
details. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
far,
wow.
oh, miss. Whoa, a lot of frames here.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Wow. He must have. I didn't know he was into like the
Mass
business
production.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably it's this one because I can see the top.
Oh, the top tube. Yeah.
Yeah, you see? It's this one probably. And it looks awesome. And is it an e-bike? No, it's not. It's just a push bike.
Oh, but it's a beautiful looking push bike with the forks. The fork
Yeah.
design. And if you know, I mean, we're always talking about Polish bikes, and they always got to have a fork in the front. I really think it's almost a crime in Poland to not have a
The
custom
fork.
Yeah. You can't like leave your house until you have a custom fork in Poland. I think
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that! Look at that! Oh, you guys, man, look at that! It's beautiful. It's so hot, man.
Yeah, and he's doing for girls as well.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
it's awesome. Yeah, an e-bike.
an e-bike. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Woman's bike. Yeah.
And I like how he's integrating the mid-drive, the battery, everything with the frame in one color. It looks unique. It looks great. Really nice. Oh yeah, here we can see better.
Yeah, it does work with it. It does work with it, man. Nice with it. You don't have to leave it all black plastic or anything.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, what for, right?
Tail dragger. Oh man, look at that plate. That's really looking delicate, man.
Yeah.
I think I just
Great.
put that on my wall, but
Yeah. Oh, that's the one
look at
he's
that.
famous for. Yeah.
Oh man, look at that, you guys.
What is the name? He got a special name for this bike, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember, but it's amazing.
Oh, this is an absolute pleasure to my eyes. Thank you, Adrian, for creating all these things. They're beautiful, man.
Yeah, every
Oh,
single detail
Yeah, the details of this.
has been taken care. Yeah. Oh, look.
I mean, he goes by Custom Bikes Poland or something like that. What is that? So we can give him a little shout out to his Custom Bikes. What is
Let me
his?
get his logo. Custom Bikes.
All right, Adrian.
Lucejko.com.
Lucejko.com. Yeah, 2009. I think that's what you were saying, that he came out of design school and he's been in. I think he's doing actually some furniture design. But I mean, let's not get into this furniture design. I mean, you can imagine he's done very creative things here and I think
Right.
that
On his personal page, there are other kind of other stuff designed. Here is only bikes on this page, but he got a lot of other things designed and very well designed. Very well. He's a great designer. Yeah.
that's cool. So yeah, if you like Adrian's works, then you should check it out, because I think wow, he's just amazing. We just giving you a little taste of it, you know. So I mean, yeah, check him out. Which his name is Adrian Lucejko, and he's on Facebook. And if you guys, there's links below. Follow on there. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, everything is down below in the description text, and please follow him. Send a nice message, because he's a great guy and a great builder, and deserves all attention we can get for them.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to this last
Okay.
thing. I noticed we only have a few minutes left, and
Right.
we got a few minutes to talk about Kamilos. Now, me and Kamilos, we go back quite a long time. I've never met him personally, but we go back. I mean, I think even like 2006. I mean, he was quite young. He's not very old. I think he's in his 30s right now. So he was, probably even teenager and or going into design school or something. And I'd even had a little chat with John Brain just before we chatted here, and we were talking about Kamilos, and he said, "Man, we've known his name, we've seen his name from a very long time, and he produced things like this because I think this is like a CGI image, right? And we noticed this for quite a few years. He was popping out these like amazing things looking like this, right? Images popping out like this, right? And he's creating it over the internet. And we're talking about early technology, 2006, 2007, so that kind of graphics. I mean, he was popping out amazing looking things, and it was quite a few years. And he was really giving all the custom bike world like a whole new taste of what like high tech future custom bike building was going to look like.
And he's 35, really, by the way. He's in the room.
Oh,
he's 35 years old. Yeah,
Kamilos, you're in. All right. You got in there. I'm glad you're in here, Kamilos, because I want to give you props for at least starting this kind of high tech building of these kind of bikes, and then really even setting up the future of kind of custom style in Poland, because really it is a Polish style that seems to have derived from your style. Even though there's quite unique styles, but the designs and the fork thing, taking forks to a new level, because you did that, man. You created forks, and while people were still thinking about frames, and you made like forks as wild as your frames, and when we first saw your CGI images, we just said, nah, no way.
He's not going to do that.
It's not going to come out looking like that. No way. Can you bring up some of his CGI images? Like, just bring up some of his CGI. And this is what we saw in like 2006, and we couldn't believe it. Like, no way can you bring out some of these CGI. No way can things come out like that, right? And really, you popped out your first bike. I think it was that gray one. I'm not sure. When you popped out your first bike and it looked exactly like your drawing, man, I mean, it blew my mind.
And it's not CGI, he's saying. Exactly.
Those
are real.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's 3D. Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, but I think that one was the real project. That
was a real one.
Yeah.
Wow. So exactly, you're making things like confusing,
like art.
They look so beautiful, and you're between your computer images and your real life art. Like this one, is that real or not? I don't know. Is that real or not? The other one you just went back on, that blue and white one. Yeah, like that one. I mean, look at that fork and the frame. Look how you connected the bottom to the top. I'm really confused. I mean, I have to spend some time. Is that a real one? Is that a real bike, Kamilo?
He's going to tell us.
Oh, yeah, you made it? I'm not sure, but I'm blown away.
I don't know, man. It can be real or it can be the 3D. I don't know. But look at the fork lines with the handlebars.
I know.
It makes a continuous line.
Oh my God, this one blows my. The whole front end of this one is amazing, right?
Exactly.
The bottom tube is like connected to the bottom fork tube, and I mean, and that's got to move around. Oh man, this is crazy, huh?
Blue white is almost done.
Kamilos has always pushed it, right? Always pushed it in time, and a lot of props out to you, Kamilos. And you've been getting in the game, and you've been keep pushing out things, really, and you're experimenting with different tubes. You're always leading shit. I really haven't seen you push this and still being involved in here. All the respect, man. Really, and keep it going, man. Really, because we all really look forward to seeing your stuff, man.
Yeah, look this frame. I just want to talk about this kind of, I don't know even how to name it. What kind of technique is that? But it looks awesome. It's completely. It's like.
I think you called it dragon scale or something like that, or. It was something like that, right?
Yeah,
it's
let me see if there is some.
The tubing is.
Oh, here you can see the tubing a little better.
Yeah, something. I think he called it like dragon. Is that right, Camilo? Something like dragon. But it's beautiful, and using kind of This is the kind of example that I mean. He kind of moves on I've only seen a few guys like using different kinds of tubing because we have all like diamond profile, but he's using all kinds of different things.
Oh, look at that! The front end, he's working that one.
Yeah, I mean that nice Springer system there,
Yeah.
creating that and this kind of style frames. And look at all he's got there, man. Everything he's got there is amazingly unique. And the forks, come on.
Yeah. These bikes are amazing. And they are made for big, tall people, so that's cool. Because many times you see a cool bike and when you wanna try it, they're so small, so little that you cannot even fit your body or your legs. And his bikes are huge.
Yeah, they're no low
bike as well. Yeah, because Adrian is also making big bikes. He's very tall, so yeah. I like this one.
The Ripper bike is not a CGI, he says. I just noticed it, but the blue and white is almost done. So he said the blue and white one is almost done. Oh man, fantastic!
That's going to be a prize winner for sure.
Dude, that blue and white one is a mind-blowing one. I mean, I really thought the forks are quite interesting. I mean, this is sweet. I mean, this is sweet eye candy, man. Like, I just want to look at the pictures all day long. I mean, I'd hang a couple of your bikes in my museum. Really, some of these
bike. Yeah,
that's a beautiful frame. I love this little seat spring underneath. Huh? I've seen this one before. I remember.
Look at the saddle suspension.
Yeah, the saddle suspension. Yeah, that's what I mean. I like that unique saddle suspension. Yeah. It's really fun, and a kind of simple fork on it. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's endless. Very, very
cool. I know, man. Kamilos has been around a long time. I mean, really, a long time. I mean, maybe 2006. I'll have to say, but I think he's kind of one of the pioneers of this sort of, at least this new tech design field. I definitely give him all the pioneer credit for this.
Look at that.
Keep up the good work, man. That's awesome stuff. Yeah. Look at that. I don't know what you call it, diamond, or some kind of textured one.
I have no idea how he's doing that, but it's amazing.
It is, man. Oh, thanks, Kamilos, for showing up and letting us feature your bikes, because this one is, and he's definitely OG, right, Thomas? Yeah, definitely OG, and throwing this out there, letting the world go from there. I mean, it's only sort of expanded the world. You've only helped expand this world of custom bikes, Kamilos. So, thanks for that, man.
Exactly. Yeah, and unfortunately, we are running out of time.
Oh.
So let's ask for our friends to follow our builders. Links are below. And okay, man, I think we have to start getting ready for the next show. Let's see. Oh, hand-rolled dragon tubes. That's his name.
Hand-rolled dragon tubes. All right, now how cool a name is that? Because I want to throw some dragon tubes, man. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, man. Thanks to everybody for tuning in this week. I hope you could see the improvements every week we're making, and we hope we can give you a better and cool and keep us all together, coming back every week. At least we can hang out for a little bit and talk bikes, all right, man?
Exactly, yeah.
Guys, man.
We are getting better and better builders. It's awesome. So thank you, Mike. It's very good to see you again, and thank you everyone for joining us and for commenting. Please don't forget to like the show, because it helps a lot our show. Like here, like on YouTube, whatever you are watching, just click like, please, and see you next weekend.
And thanks, see you, man. Thanks. See you next week, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.